Hi, everyone. Good morning for those that are joining us in the West Coast, and good afternoon to those that are joining us in the East Coast. Welcome to our Customer Service Disruptor webinar. We are so happy to have one of our customers here today to talk to us. Stephen from ZenPayroll is our guest speaker for today. He is going to tell us about customer service at ZenPayroll and how they use Desk.com to fuel exceptional growth. We're so good to have you here, Stephen.
Yeah, thank you. It's really good to be here.
Perfect. So let's get started. We'd like to make this webinar as interactive as possible, so please connect with us, everyone. You can send us a tweet during and after the webinar. Please don't forget to @mention us and use the hashtag #CustServeWins so that we can track all your questions. We'll open up the floor for some Q&A after we speak with Stephen, so send in all your questions. If you can't make it through the whole thing with us, don't worry. We'll send you a copy afterwards. You can also share this with your connections and colleagues. This is just the Salesforce.com Safe Harbor statement. You've seen it and you'll continue to see it again. You can find this on our website for your reading pleasure if you can't go to sleep tonight. But basically what this is saying is that any purchasing decision you make today should be made based on currently available technology. So without further ado, here's the agenda for today. I'd like to give everyone a high-level overview of Desk.com, and Stephen will tell everyone a little bit about ZenPayroll and their unique philosophy on customer support. He'll then walk us through the reasons why ZenPayroll chose Desk.com and the benefits he's seeing now. And remember, we have a live Q&A session after the webinar, so please tweet or enter your questions into the GoToWebinar chat box. Here are the presenters for today. We have Stephen Johnson from ZenPayroll and myself, Kira Cho. I'm a product marketer at Desk. As I mentioned, this webinar is an interactive experience, so connect with us on Twitter. All right, so let's start by talking about Desk. Desk.com is an all-in-one customer service application, specifically designed for all the needs of small businesses. This app contains all the service features a small support team needs to provide quality customer service wherever they are. Capabilities like business insights, which is a reporting tool, the knowledge base, and multilingual support are all included right out of the box. So what does that really mean? What it means is that it is fast and easy to get set up. You don't have to involve your IT department in the deployment. And meet your customers wherever they are, regardless of what channels or questions are coming in from, like emails or social, submitting questions on your website. Wherever your customers are, we can help you manage all of the support cases in one single interface. With our built-in productivity and self-service tools, you're going to see your reps become more and more productive, even on their mobile devices, so that you can still provide amazing customer support, like resolving a case when you're on the go. And all of this can be easily integrated with Salesforce. And we have many API partners to help our customers connect to business-critical apps so that we can help them scale and grow. And our customers see the value of switching to Desk.com almost immediately. We are helping them by reducing their support cost, allowing them to close cases faster, and increasing their agent productivity overall. This ultimately results in a market increase in customer satisfaction. 36%. That is a huge jump. So your customers can be happy and stay loyal, and most importantly, continue to buy from you. If you're interested in reading the full survey, please visit the bit.ly at the top of the slide to download the full report. So now that we have a high-level understanding of what Desk.com is, let me invite Stephen to join me to hear how this all works in practice at ZenPayroll. So Stephen, can you tell us a little bit about ZenPayroll and what your company does?
Sure. So ZenPayroll is a modern cloud-based payroll platform. We're ideal for companies with 1 to 100 employees, and a business can easily process payroll to get employees paid, and then we take care of all the tax payments, filings, everything automatically in the background.
Nice. So it sounds like you're using technology to bridge the gap with the payroll industry. Can you tell me how you're revolutionizing the payroll industry?
Yeah, for sure. We combine a fantastic user experience, unlike anything out there on the market today, compared with our competitors. Integrations with other HR applications like time and attendance, accounting, as well as exceptional customer support. And all of this in order for a small business to effortlessly get their employees paid and worry more about their own business.
So I know that your job title is compliance lead. So how does that play into customer service, and what do you do when it comes to managing your customer support center?
Sure. So essentially, I'm in charge of customer support and compliance. We see compliance as being a big part of customer support. We want to make sure we're giving our clients the right tools and giving them the right answers when they reach out to us. So I make sure our customers are getting exactly what they need, and also, obviously, that all the payments and filings are done on time.
Cool. Can you share some growth stats with us since you've joined?
Sure. So when I started, I was the 7th employee. I was the only support specialist at the company. Since then, we've grown to have 5 support employees, and we're looking to hire another 5 in the next 5 months. And then our revenue is growing at 5x, and we're just trying to keep up. Obviously, that's where Desk comes in and allows us to manage our growth.
Well, it sounds like you've got an exciting year ahead of you. So let's dive right into the use case and see how you're using Desk.com to really scale your business and your support team. So I know you told me this interesting concept that everyone in your company is a support agent. How is that possible?
Yeah, so we found that the need for participation in customer support was much more than just that of our full-time support staff. So developers, product management, marketing, sales, they're all a really great big part of customer support. So the ability for them to log in and be able to understand the product and the customer is really important for our long-term goal.
And later we'll spend a little more time talking about Flex Agents and just see how this all works in practice. But for now, can you help me paint the picture of how your support organization was prior to using Desk.com?
Yeah, it was just me, and we didn't really have much of a support tool like Desk in place. We were using regular email, and we knew that we were going to be growing fast, and so we needed to do something pretty quick to be able to maintain and sustain our growth.
And how was Desk.com able to solve some of the challenges that you just illustrated?
Yeah, well, we, for one thing, didn't have a way for other people to be able to log in and view answers to questions, previous client interactions that had come up. In our industry, it's really important to be able to go back and review the history of those interactions to make sure that things get followed up on, or if something comes up in related to that case, we need to be able to follow up, and it needs to be centralized in one location that can easily be looked up at any time by any member of our staff.
Mm-hmm. And what about key metrics? Are you able to get KPIs that are very important to you so you can get visibility into what's happening in your support system as well as within your business?
Yeah, the ability to track customer responses basically and then label them appropriately allows us to keep our costs low and then make appropriate changes to the product in order to cut back on certain parts where people maybe get stuck in our product. They reach out to us, we appropriately label it, and that allows us to communicate that information to our product team and the rest of our company.
Awesome. So let's explore some of the reasons why you made the switch to Desk.com. So the first one really is around Flex Agent so that you can provide whole company support. For those of you on the call who are not familiar with this concept, Flex Agents can be anyone in your company who is logging into Desk.com to help work on customer cases. And the reason why we call these Flex Agents is because you don't have to get a full license. These Flex Agent logins cost only $1 per hour. And really the key to this cost structure is so that instead of charging by user, you're really paying for the amount of usage that you're using on an hourly basis. So, Stephen, can you tell me how you're using Flex Agents today to offer whole company support?
Sure. So for one thing, when a new employee starts here at ZenPayroll, we add them as a Flex Agent. It's part of the onboarding process. And another part of the onboarding process is for them to read through the last 1,000 plus cases to get them up to speed on the customer requests and the product itself. And also, we have what we call weekend support. So we rotate through certain members of our team all across the company, and they're required to check in on a Saturday or Sunday and go through cases and answer as many as they can to give that extra level of service, and also to make sure there's nothing urgent out there that needs to be handled immediately.
And do you feel like your employees like this concept since you're making them work over the weekend?
Well, yeah, I mean, it definitely helps my immediate team. It helps that the rest of the company understands and knows the answers to questions, so they don't have to regularly come to us and say, what do I do in this situation? Or the sales team will come over and say, hey, I have this, prospective client. He asked me about this or that. Getting in there, rolling up their sleeves and answering cases really gives them that experience. And I think it's beneficial to them to understand the product and the customer in the long run.
Nice, and I bet your customers really love this type of personalized touch as well. Being able to speak to experts on the marketing team and sales and engineering team, it's just such a unique experience that's very different than the traditional way we're accustomed to when it comes to a support center. For example, if I have a problem with my iPhone, I might dial the 1-800 number, and the support agent on the other side will just help me troubleshoot. And so that's very transactional. And so I think what you're doing is really revolutionizing the way that customer service should be, that there should be a relationship building, and it's more of a consultative approach rather than just call, move on to the case, and hang up, right?
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that an engineer or somebody from marketing is going to be on the other end of that case, we're very transparent about that. So it's nice, I think, for some people to call in and know that they're maybe talking to an engineer. It's a little bit change of pace, but we're always stressing the importance of customer support and how it's a part of our product, and that everyone needs to be involved.
That's great. So Flex Agents is a great reason why you chose Desk.com. So let's explore the second reason, superior productivity tools that are helping your agents become more productive and efficient. What are some of your favorite tools, and what are some of the ones that your agents use over and over again?
Sure. So the rules basically rules that can reroute emails automatically to certain people within our company. We have a few different type of auto support emails that go out to our customers at different times during the life cycle of the product, and responses to those emails then can be rerouted using simple rules to specific people within our company. So it really saves us time in not having to manually route those emails. So that's a big one. That's a big time saver. Another one is just the ability to assign cases to each other internally. If it's more of a compliance issue or maybe a New York State tax issue, we have experts here that are more knowledgeable in those areas, so that we can just easily assign the task to them. They'll be notified right away, and they can follow up on that case as soon as possible. Also, when I'm out of town or if I'm out of the office, if something's urgent, somebody can assign a case to me, and I'll be instantly notified. They don't have to forward it or email it. It's just a simple assigning, which takes less than a second. So that's really, really nice.
And the assigning happens. I'm sorry. So the assigning happens on the desktop, or do you actually get this on your mobile device?
So I will get an email, but I can also get it on my mobile device. So it'll pop up. The application is very easy to use for my iPhone as well.
Great. Sorry, before I cut you off, I think you had a third point
okay.
you wanted to make.
Yeah. So my third point was just the intuitive interface. I can't say enough how great it is and how intuitive the entire application is for a new person, a new hire to start. We don't have to sit down for an hour or 2 hours explaining where everything is in Desk. The employee can log in and basically just go to town without a manual and learn how to support our clients instantly. So that's a really, really easy, really nice, and it saves a lot of time, especially when we're hiring so many new people here over the next 5 to 6 months.
Nice. That's really good feedback. I'll be sure to bring this back to products and engineering after this webinar.
Yeah.
So I know one of our mission here is to create a simple and easy to use interface, really with the agent in mind first. So it's really great to hear from customers like yourself to to tell me that you're really seeing that benefit.
Definitely.
Okay, so as a business leader, I know you are held accountable in articulating the health of your support center as well as how your business is performing. And you just need full visibility so that you can report on key KPIs like what's the average wait time or what is the first call resolution time. How are you using all of these KPIs and applying them to your business and making real-time business decisions and adjustments to your business?
Sure. So you mentioned a few of the tools. We regularly monitor, response time, number of interactions within a case, how many times you need to respond in order for that case to finally be closed out. It's really important to us that we're communicating the right information the first time to the client so that they can get on with, running their business. There's also a large flexibility with tagging cases with labels, customizable labels for each case. This is one of the best tools that I think we're utilizing at Desk. It really helps us drive the product. We use this to examine support costs as well as bottlenecks that customers experience within our product. Maybe they're onboarding and they get stuck at a regular spot and it might become a recurring theme. So we've discovered areas in the product in the past where customers get stuck, and then when labeled correctly at the end of the month, we'll have the data that shows collectively what all the support agents experienced, and we've been able to make changes to improve the experience for the customer without having to sit down with each support specialist and find out what their experiences are. The data is all right there, and then that can be communicated to the product team. Business Insights also really helps communicate the state of our support department, not only to the product team, but to the rest of our team. So we have bi-weekly meetings, and in those bi-weekly meetings, I'll stand up there and just give them the current state of customer support at ZenPayroll. So the number of cases coming in over time, the average time to resolve, as I mentioned, the repetition of certain cases, obviously with the same labels. That's important for some of the engineers to know. They might be working on a specific product related to that feature, and so it's really good for them to hear this information.
That's great. So everything that we talked about thus far is pretty qualitative, so let's explore some solid results. Can you walk me through some of the stats, or what were the increase percentages after implementing Desk.com?
Sure. So I can tell you I've been in the payroll industry for a while. I used to work at Paychex, which is a really big competitor of ours. We have been able to support 50% more clients than the industry average, and Desk has been a huge part of that. We would like to see that grow even more. Obviously, it's really important to keep our support costs low without degrading on any of the actual quality of customer service that comes in. So this stat is really, really important to us, and we want to see that continue to grow, but then also maintain that quality of service. We're handling 100 support cases each day, and that number grows, higher and higher every single day. So it's really, really nice to be able to monitor that. We obviously have really busy times at the end of the quarter and end of the year where we'll have hundreds of cases in a day, but obviously with Desk it allows us to track that. And then we're on pace to process, we're on pace to process $500 million now, and by the end of the year it should be closer to $1 billion run rate for the year, which is quite a bit of money.
Wow, that's impressive. So Steve, it was so great chatting with you today. Let's open the floor up for some Q&A. But before we get to the Q&A piece, can you tell us where our attendees can go to learn more about ZenPayroll?
Sure, they can go to ZenPayroll.com. And check out all of the features, the pricing's there. We have a great help center that, with the help of Desk, makes it look like just a natural part of our website with all sorts of questions on taxes and getting set up. So.
Perfect. So let's open the floor up for some Q&A. I think we have one question in the GoToWebinar panel. So Steve, what did you use before Desk.com?
Yeah, basically we were just using Gmail, regular Gmail. We didn't have anything before. We used one specific Gmail support address where everyone logged into at one time. That didn't work out very well. I mean, we really wanted to add a personal touch and have a person behind it instead of just a support at ZenPayroll.com. So now, when it goes to somebody, you get a person back with their name. Before it was just, the specialist at ZenPayroll. So we didn't have much before, and now it's a world of difference.
Nice. I have a question for you, actually. So you mentioned you
Sure.
have your very own support center. When you were setting it up, was it easy to set up, or did you need to know HTML codes?
Oh, for the Help Center?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it was really easy. There is, if you know HTML, you can, log into that version of it, but I didn't need to know that at all. You basically just type out the article in the format that you want, save it, and you can preview it and edit it at any time. So anybody on our team, anybody in our company can easily add a article that they think is necessary that'll help with supporting our clients.
Nice. So question number 3, do you feel that using Desk has been a direct reason for your growth?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just the ability to answer cases so quickly and accurately allows us to, answer our phones on the first ring, right? And handle clients with prospective questions about, what it's like to be a ZenPayroll customer and what do I need to do to set up. We have more time to help these clients onboard because we're able to handle our current clients' questions so quickly through Desk. So that's a major part of it.
Nice. So let us feel through the questions on Twitter just to make sure we're capturing everything. So I think those are the only questions. I mean, all the attendees, feel free to reach out to myself, Kira, or Steve. We can be reachable via email or Twitter, however you want to connect with us, but we will send you a copy of this webinar recording at the end. So again, feel free to reach out if you have any other questions after the webinar. And Steve, thank you so much for your time today and for teaching me everything that you've learned in the past year since you've joined.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.